Hey everyone, I'm going to try to do a quick video, mostly because I've got shit to do. Also, I've decided to give up not swearing, so I wonder if I have to change like settings to PG-13 or something. I don't know, but sometimes I will swear and sometimes I will not swear, and that will be what happens. So last night I went to, this is going to get to keto, but not this first part. Last night I went to They Might Be Giants concert, which was amazing. It was a great concert. Of course, I'm a fan, so I mean, I guess you should probably be a fan, but I strongly recommend if you're not a fan, check out their music, especially the Flood album, my personal favorite. But their new album, Glean, is pretty awesome too. They also have a Dial-A-Song album that a lot of people like, and ooh, it was amazing. One of my favorite songs, probably because it's the first one by them I ever heard, was Istanbul is Constantinople, and they did a beautiful acoustic guitar rendition. It was fabulous. So that happened, and then another fan favorite, including me, is Particle Man, also from the Flood album. They did that as one of their encores, and they slipped in Here You Come Again, which I haven't Googled this, so I don't know for sure, but I think of that song as a Dolly Parton song, and I think it is. So that was amazing. So I knew all the words and then all the inside the words, and it made me happy. Speaking of things I knew the words to, this makes me sound like a hipster because I knew it before I got there. I'm not a hipster. So anyway, or if I am, who the fuck cares? They talked about how much Jonathan Richman has influenced them, and I love Jonathan Richman, who also performs sometimes Jonathan Richman and the Modern Lovers. So many albums are good. One of his songs took off because it was in a commercial, which was weird, actually, that it was in a commercial. Anyway, I recommend Jonathan Richman, but they did one of my favorite songs by him, too. Did a cover, talked about how he influenced them, and then they did I Was Dancing in a Lesbian Bar, and I was happy. It didn't seem like a whole lot of people knew the song, but I was lip syncing my little ass off. I'm a big fan of lip syncing, yeah. So that happened. And all of which is to say, oh, look, I can tie it into keto. I got a little bit of exercise because I stood for half the concert, and it was packed and warm, and it was like a sauna in there. It wasn't that bad, actually, but still, fluids escaped probably. And I drank so much water last night because I had a couple of scotches, really amazing scotches, but they totally, I will say they took my calories too high, but they did not subvert ketoness. And I dropped like 1.5 pounds, not just overnight, but 1.5 pounds from my last weigh-in, which was a few days ago. And that was nice. So, yeah, so that was good. And so now I want to talk just real quickly about things I'm doing today and tomorrow, because I am 0.5 pound actually from where I wanted to be tomorrow. And 0.5 pound by tomorrow is reasonable, right? But so here are things that I'm not worried about them because, if I don't make that sort of goal kind of thing, I'm going to be off by like 1 pound. I don't know what I'll be off by. And that's okay, because like progress is progress. But it's hard not to get kind of obsessed with that, especially for me, and especially when I'm so close. But nevertheless, I thought I would talk about challenges which come up. A lot of challenges I find with keto have just gone away because now that I'm a couple months into it, I'm not, people can eat cookies in front of me, cake. There can be cake that I love available for purchase, because I'm an adult. I can go out and get whatever the heck I want. Wood grilled pizzas, love those things. I don't want to go get one. So there's all that stuff, and I'm not really tempted by it, which is wonderful. But then you have situations where there will be challenges. And so, like this weekend, today is going to be pretty good because I'm going to do intermittent fasting that may involve an Americano with a splash of cream when I'm not in that window. And then the place where I'm getting all the calories, I'm going to one of those Brazilian steakhouses where they just keep bringing meat on swords, and right up a ketoer's alley. I know that there are a bunch of sides that I could have there. They have a lot of keto-friendly sides, but my plan is not to have any of the sides, obviously none of the bread, no dessert. And since I drank the scotch last night, and that was plenty to do for a while, I have no plans to drink alcohol. I'll keep drinking water. And so all my calories will be in the meat variety, so it's probably going to be like, I don't know, a negligible carb here and there. And that's just what I'm doing. The calories could still not be great, but it's okay. I'm with friends and this rarely goes on. But then tomorrow is the challenge, a little bit, because I've got friends in from out of town and I'm sort of taking them around, and they do know I'm on keto, but that doesn't mean they don't have their own food needs and that kind of thing. But also, we're meeting in the morning, and I think I know what cafe that I'm taking them to for breakfast, which is perfect. I know exactly what I'll be ordering, and it's really tasty, involving eggs and cheese, and it's not quite an omelet, or I would have just said that. Anyway, so that's going to be, I don't know that it's the main thing I'll eat it, but it's probably, it probably will be, because here's where the challenge lies. We're going to then go do a couple of tourist things, and then I'm taking them over to a cider house. We have a couple of, at least 2 cider houses here in town, and these folks are very big cider aficionados. They love hard cider. And I, too, love hard cider. Hard cider, unlike scotch that I drank last night, is not keto-friendly. But the place where we're going doesn't have hard liquor. They do have a cheese board, which is nice, if we want a snack, but they don't have much to offer for meals. So there's sort of a twofold challenge there, which is I'm going to a cider house where, theoretically I could get like a lower carb beer. It's an option, but it's frankly, this is where your life balance thing has to come in, and you have to sort these things out. What I'm going to do tomorrow, and I'm just going to have to do, is going to try to be as keto as possible when I can, and keep my calories down, which I'll have to do with the cider. I think the cider I can just get, they have, I think 4 or 5, they do a flight, and so I'll just do that and maybe sip slowly and drink water at the same time, and hopefully no one will notice very much that I'm not drinking too much cider, and I can still be with my friends and taste a few ciders, and hopefully not go too crazy with the carbs. But sometimes you're in those situations where you're literally like, I gotta be at this place with these folks where there aren't very many options, at least not to maintain your social endeavors. And this happened one other time while I've been on keto, and it's actually been fine. What I'll do, here's a thing as part of the video, what I'll do is I will and gosh knows if they're gonna want to, I'm thinking they might want to eat something else after this, but I'm sort of hoping, not because I don't love them, but because of keto and me, I'm hoping that I can maybe take them sort of back to either their hotel or downtown, and they can check out the plethora of food offerings in this lovely city. I'm thinking they might want to be done with me by then, so we can only hope. And then I can go back to just being a keto kind of a gal. By that point of the day, just with the egg breakfast thing and a little bit of cider in me, I'll probably have gotten close to my calories, certainly achieved my carbs. Maybe I'll eat like not much after that. That will be very low carb. I have some chicken in the fridge, so that might be the way to go. So the recovery, what I think of as a recovery for this sort of thing is whenever I kind of edge close to bad things, and by the way, I'll log all of this in my FitnessPal before I eat anything else in the day, just to see where I'm at. Totally important to keep myself accountable for that. But the next day I will do a fat fast, which I think I've mentioned here before, or maybe not, but I'll do a fat fast, which is basically sticking with, I'm basically eating all fat all day. No carbs, barely any protein. And it's called a fat fast because you're fasting, but not as bad as a real fast where you're not eating a damn thing. You are actually eating fat. And the easiest way to do that is to take a block of cream cheese, toss in either some, a little flavoring like vanilla, or I usually add a little dollop of sugar-free jam or jelly and beat that sucker up, and it's really not much, even though my calories are, I think the calories for it are somewhere around 700, no, more than 700, like 800 something. So I'll basically, instead of just a pure fast, I will eat that thing at some point. Just with intermittent fasting, it's not like I will be starving, but with just that thing that happens, I will be hungry, but it's okay. I just do that one day and then back to keto as normal. That's my deal. It's Sunday, or tomorrow is Sunday, where the cider thing will happen. Monday will be a fat fast, and then back to normal. And what I do just for my own thing, and I better wrap this up. This was supposed to be a fast video, and it went, yeah. What I do for my own sanity is I don't weigh myself the day after I do things that aren't like working with my diet plan. I wait a few days, and until I'm sure I'm at least where I last saw myself. That it's better mentally for me. So, gosh, I tried to make this fast video and it did not go fast. But, oh well. As always, you can always stop watching any damn time you please. And now I'm off to a craft show, because why not?